I mean, it's the dumbest shit
so
ever.
hardworking, and come on, no one makes that up by themselves.
No. The problem is I go through this account.
Yes.
Right. I start to see some very, very bad, worrying things. Now, the thing on the left is just absolutely outlandish.
We have to
show you this. So
Okay.
before we get into the bad stuff, I want to show you this AI video of a fake American soldier and what he says on this account, because we're trying to figure this out.
Help us out with this. Can we watch this?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Thought we needed some humor.
Yes.
And I made
no,
it.
sorry,
wait.
We'll do the bad one.
Yeah, the bad ones.
We'll do the bad one first.
This is not AI. This is real.
So this, can we watch the clip first?
Okay.
There is a least. So the type of message that this pro-U.S. propaganda is spreading as truth is that the United States is generally a paradise, that everyone has high income, and that there is a relatively very low cost of living.
What's that?
Yes.
This is very important.
You know why?
Why?
When this whole Red Note, remember this TikTok refugee thing where they opened up Red Note? It was quite interesting because there was this whole flood of people going there and saying, "Wow, China's much better than we thought. We've been lied to."
Chinese government did this on purpose.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're like, China's amazing and like, you know, it's great there, and why did we never know this? But it was a double-edged sword because Chinese people were interacting with Americans for the first time, really. And when they started to ask basic questions like, how much do you earn? And Americans were telling them their basic salary, Chinese people were shocked at how much Americans were making.
Because China's not cheap anymore.
Yes.
So
but they were literally shocked. They were like, holy crap, you're in like an entry-level job. You're like flipping McDonald's burgers and you're earning way more than like a top engineer.
Than a PhD.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, what's going on here? So very quickly, the censors had to come out and shut down those conversations.
In fact, what we saw was on Red Note that you were allowed to say you're a poor American, but they would literally shadow ban you if you said that you earned a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if you said you were a poor Chinese, they would shadow ban you. If you said you're a rich Chinese, you were allowed. This was a huge ploy. Now, why is this important to this clip? I don't know who you are. I'm speaking to you on the screen right now. This woman here is reading a Chinese script, and I can tell you, I can prove this to you. The subtitles are actually the same, but are a little bit different because they're supposed to be going towards a Chinese audience.
Yes, and it says 很多中国人,
so,
but then she says like lots of people.
Yes, she's not actually saying the exact words on there. And the grammar, by the way, I love how people think they can get away with this.
Yeah.
She's pretending to be like, I made a list. You didn't make a list. You didn't make shit because you got paid or incentivized by a Chinese person in the Chinese government to do this video because it lines up perfectly with that date of when this was happening. Number two, you're saying Chinese grammar. So unless you went and you're born and you lived in China and now somehow you have a perfect American accent and you're now reading English, you for some reason decided to choose completely Mandarin Chinese grammar. You can't fool a English and Chinese speaker.
Yes.
You're speaking Chinese in English, right?
Yes.
So you didn't make this up. You're reading a script. And I want to give you an out because we don't want to start digging into. I mean, we do like to start digging because that's how we end up with these videos.
We dig.
But I don't want to start digging too much into this if it can be easy. I would love to know. We would both love to know who did this. We'll keep you anonymous. Find a way to reach out to us. We want to know who sent you this, who is behind this, because this is just the tip of the frickin' iceberg.
Yeah.
We're getting these Americans to go read these anti-America, pro-China scripts.
Yes.
Definitely a Chinese government campaign. We
Correct.
would love to get to the bottom of it. If we can make it as easy as possible, we can do more.
Yeah.
So we would love to know. We'll keep you anonymous. We don't know what your account is because you're just being posted on these amplifiers for Chinese government. You are on, whether you like it or not, you are on a Chinese government amplifier account right now. This is where this video is from.
And the whole purpose why they paid you or incentivized you to read this script anyway is so that they could use you as anti-American propaganda, as you are being used right now. So just bear that in mind. If you ever get an opportunity like this, you might be the one up on the screen right now reading some script and being used as a tool of the Chinese government's propaganda machine.
And it would be super helpful to be able to see who's behind this nefarious campaign.
Yeah, reach out.
So anyway, as I went through this account, I saw stuff like this. I also saw an absolute...
Can we see this ridiculous thing?
Let's just play
They
it.
also believe that we have lots of welfare and lots of like really strong social programs,
Well, guess what you do in America?
Yes.
stronger than theirs, and
Yes, it is stronger than theirs.
theirs are pretty strong.
I heard from a Chinese
Okay, wait.
I know.
Okay, this, guys, please help us out here. Help us out. This is on the same channel.
friend that smashing a haunted toilet can bring me financial freedom. But it should be noted that such a statement has no scientific basis, and smashing facilities may also cause property damage and violate relevant regulations. And I want to give it a try.
Hold on. You want to give smashing a haunted toilet?
Yeah, first of all, what is going? I got weird images in my head.
Yeah, you smash your pass toilet.
Like this ghost
haunted
toilet,
version.
this ghost toilet.
You're playing Smash or Pass with toilets on Halloween.
Oh, man.
Anyway, this is an AI fake soldier, American soldier, trying to smash a toilet, but
Yeah.
he uses the Chinese phrase "relevant regulations."
Yes, exactly.
Which is very funny. Anyway, that's a joke that was
Yes.
on there, but it's a very bad account. This is
Yes.
a very bad account. TikTok's obviously not doing anything about these Chinese
No.
propaganda accounts, anti-American accounts.
What they do is this amplifier account that we found, the Mitra, that is the genesis of the clip that was shared by Wall Street Apes.
Yeah.
It's the genesis of that. It is a propaganda amplifier account directly from the Chinese government.
So what we found is that other amplifiers, and we've seen this, there was actually an article the other day about how